Hey, it's quiz time! Ready to strain your brain with these mind-bending true or false trivia questions? Let's get to it then! Spider silk was once used to make guitar strings. This is false. Spider silk was never used to make guitar strings, but it has been used to make violin strings. This is because spider silk can produce unique and thrilling sounds, making them a useful resource for building musical instruments. Astronauts crave spicy food in space. True! In space, most astronauts will lose their sense of smell, and our sense of smell is usually what makes us perceive the taste of food. Because of that, many astronauts begin to crave fiery sauces, such as Tabasco sauce, to make up for the lack of flavor in their food. Astronauts see the sun as yellow while they are in space. This is false. While in space, astronauts see the sun as white instead of yellow. As Earthlings, we perceive the sun as yellow due to a distortion caused by the Earth's atmosphere. But since there's no atmosphere in space, the sun appears like a huge white glowing sphere. A coconut is a nut. False. Coconut is actually a one-seeded drupe, i.e., a fruit with a hard covering and closing as a seed. In case you're wondering, peaches and olives are also drupes. Some lizards have green blood. This is actually true. The green-blooded skink, a lizard living in the country of Papua New Guinea, has high levels of a greenish pigment called biliverdin, which gives its blood a green color. Sound travels faster through steel than air. You bet it's true. Sound travels about 17 times faster through steel than through air. This happens because molecules in a solid material are packed closer together than they are in a liquid or gas, which allows sound waves to pass more easily through them. In England, black cats are considered bad luck. False. Although black cats are considered symbols of bad luck in many places, they're actually considered good luck in England. NASCAR race car drivers can lose up to 20 pounds of sweat in a single race. This is false. Still, NASCAR race drivers can lose up to 10 pounds of sweat in just one race. This happens due to a variety of things, including the high temperatures outside, heavy uniforms, and accumulated heat inside the cars. Odontophobia is the fear of teeth. Yes, it is. People with odontophobia, also known as dentophobia or dental fear, do not enjoy going to the dentist. A referee at a FIFA World Cup soccer tournament runs about 30 miles during an average game. False. Referees sure run a lot, but they run an average of 12 miles per game. The world's largest desert, the Sahara in Africa, is about the size of the Amazon rainforest in Latin America. False. The Sahara is enormous, but its 3.3 million square miles are about the size of Australia, not the Amazon. Geckos usually eat their skin as soon as they shed it. True! Geckos love to munch on their skin, but they can't live on that alone, of course. They also eat bugs. Yum! Ostriches are one of the few species of bird that cannot fly. This is absolutely true. Ostriches have wings, but they can't fly. However, ostriches are fleet, strong runners. They can sprint up to 43 miles an hour and run over 31 miles an hour. They may use their wings as rudders to help them change direction while running. The first macaroni and cheese recipe ever to be registered was back in the 13th century. True! It's hard to believe, but macaroni and cheese is believed to be a traditional dish. Foodie historians found an Italian cookbook from the 13th century with what they believe to be an early mac and cheese recipe. The black box in a plane is black. As confusing as this may sound, this is false. Airplane boxes are actually orange. The so-called black boxes document everything that happens on board a plane. In case of an accident, they need to be a bright color in order to make them easier to find. Haven't you heard? Orange is the new black. M&M stands for Mars and Murray. Yup, this is true. These are the last names of the candy's co-creators. A is the most common letter used in the English language. False. The most common letter used in English is E. It appears in about 11% of all English words according to the Oxford dictionaries. A lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away. This is true. Monaco is the smallest country in the world. Nope, false. The smallest country in the world is Vatican City in Rome, with a total of 17 square kilometers. Madonna's real name is Madonna. True. Madonna was born Madonna Louise Ciccone. Coffee is made from berries. This is true. The liquid coffee we drink goes through a long process. Originally, farmers picked out coffee berries, then they are processed and dried. The beans are then roasted and ground and finally ready to be consumed. An octopus has 3 hearts. True. An octopus has one main systemic heart to pump blood around its body. The 2 additional hearts are responsible for pumping blood over each of its gills. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. True. Although Mercury is closer to the Sun, it has no atmosphere, so it is subject to great temperature fluctuations. But Venus has an average surface temperature of around 850 degrees Fahrenheit, making it the hottest planet in our system. Bananas are curved because they grow upwards toward the sun. True. A process called negative geotropism means the fruit grows upwards to break through the canopy. Fish can blink. This is false. It would be pretty cute if they could, though. Hot and cold water sound the same when poured. False. Weird fact, but they sound different due to the fact that hot water has a higher viscosity than cold water. Denmark has twice as many pigs as they have people living there. True. Denmark has a human population of more than 5 million, but its pig population is twice as big as that. No one has ever traveled around the world in a hot air balloon. This is false. In March 1999, Brian Jones and Bertrand Piccard made the first non-stop flight around the world in a balloon. Their journey began in Switzerland and finished over Africa. It took them just 20 days. Scientists developed a fork that measures how fast you eat your food. Yup, it's pretty true. The inventors hope that people will use this fork in order to learn to eat more slowly. The acronym NASA stands for the National Astronomy and Space Administration. False. NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Astronauts grow about 6 inches in space. False. 6 inches is a lot. Usually, astronauts can grow between 1 and 2 inches when they're traveling through space. This happens due to the lack of gravity. which makes the human spine stretch out, causing astronauts to grow a little bit. There is a scientific reason why people cringe when they listen to nails scraping a chalkboard. True. Fingernails scraping a chalkboard produce a similar sound frequency to those of a chimpanzee's warning call. So the sense of distress humans might feel when fingernails scrape could be a sign that our fundamental primate danger sensors have been triggered. Medieval bakers used to color their flour white with the help of chalk. This is true. Back in the day, white bread was a sign of wealth and was sold at higher prices. So some bakers used to color their flours with chalk in order to sell whiter bread.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.